Welcome to A British Kitchen Abroad, our new series blending British classics along with some of the rich flavours of French cuisine.
Martin, found a curry house.
On wheels.
Living in Europe means diving into amazing local dishes, but sometimes we Brits just crave a taste of the homeland, like a proper curry. We even go to great lengths to find that perfect curry here in France. Like this, the Bombay Bussery, a fantastic mobile kitchen often found in Luzerne. You don't have to go far on YouTube to find more British cooking abroad.
Good afternoon. From Department 16, La Charente, in the northernmost tip of the southwest of France.
Check out Rob and Lisa's channel, Escape to France Charente, where you'll find Rob cooking up a vindaloo in the Charente.
There's been a few comments about on both channels now about us doing a collaboration, and so we'll do that. So it was Rich that suggested us doing a curry off. So I've just learned how to make a curry from scratch. So I think Rich is going to be bringing his patax with him. And yeah, so at some point in the future, in the near future, I hope, yeah, we'll have a curry off.
So Rob has challenged me for a curry cook-off, and I know my curry. Here's the chicken, and here's the patax sauce, Rob. Just for you. I'm not going to use that. I would just chuck it away, but I'd break something, so that's going firmly over there. So this time it's your classic buttered chicken. Just trim the chicken. These chicken breasts are beautiful. Just look at those. I mean, they've come from Spain, and the pack of two, €4. These two huge breasts. Now wait, we're only going to use one because they're so big, and I'm only cooking for two. So nice slivers. These are the biggest chicken breasts I've ever seen. Oh, that's lovely. You don't have to be too fussy about the shape. And obviously, if you have the pieces too big, it takes longer to cook. So it's probably better to have slightly smaller pieces. There we go. And this is where the magic starts. Pop our chicken breast in here. Always make sure to wash your paws. So this is basically just creating the marinade. And we're going to leave this marinade overnight. You can leave it for half an hour or so, but the longer you leave it, the better. We're going to put a little sprinkle of ground cumin, like so. A little sprinkle of garam masala, one of my favourite spices. Did you know there's about 16 spices in garam masala? That's why it's so special. This brings out the colour. Turmeric, just sprinkling it on, like so. Beautiful. Coriander. These are the usual main ingredients, these spices, for any curry. And finally, and I've got a funny little pot for this, not a bag, cayenne pepper. A nice little sprinkle of that. Look at that. And the other thing that we need to do is put the rapeseed oil in. Just 2 tablespoonfuls approximately. And then we're going to mix it up. Oh, look at that. Because we put the oil in, that helps get all the ingredients, all of those lovely spices to stick together. So I'm just going to wash my paws again. And then finally, a nice dose of yogurt. Oh, look at that. Come on, out you come. I'm going to blend all that in. Yeah, that looks good. Very, very good. Can can hear the church bells going. That means it's 7 o'clock. A little bit of salt, seasoning. And also just a little bit of lemon. There's your marinade. Most television programmes where I'm going to put this in the fridge and take another one straight out through the marvels of television. This one is going in overnight. There, look at that. Beautiful. And that is ready to go in the fridge. 24 hours, and that should be beautiful. They say preparation is everything, so before I start, I'm just going to chop my onions and my garlic and my ginger and get it all ready. When we're cutting all this, we don't need it cut really, really fine because I am going to liquidize it all, so really, just cut crudely. We're going to need 3 large cloves of garlic, that's fine, and the other thing that I've got to prepare is the ginger. Nice piece of ginger. God, I love ginger, but just nice big chunks. Ready for that liquidizer. Got my onions ready to go in, some garlic, some ginger. So with a little preparation done, here comes the exciting bit. We're going to start cooking that lovely chicken that I put in the marinade last night. So you need your pan on a medium heat. Wow. That smells amazing, spicy, beautiful, beautiful. So what we're going to do is put a little bit of grapeseed oil in the pan, get that up to temperature. Just want to make sure that's nice and hot to cook the chicken. That's getting there, it's getting there slowly. And then we're going to spoon, with a spoon if I can find one. Give it a little stir first. Oh, it's lovely. I tell you what, it has really, really marinated well. All the colours have stuck to the chicken. It's fantastic. So you can see a little bit of steam coming off that pan. So we're going to drop this chicken in, get it cooking. Don't want to waste any of that. Let's push that around. We just want to brown this chicken off a little bit. It's like a preheat, if you like. And on our other pan, we want to get that nice and hot as well, because we're going to put our onions in. That's good. So this is the most important part of actually making sure that the chicken's cooked. God, the smell is absolutely fantastic. Okay, we're going to swap pans over. Whilst that's cooking away in there, I'm going to turn that down a little bit. Another little bit of rape.
Please be aware, there's smoke in the kitchen.
Oh.
The alarm may sound. It's going to be loud.
No, it's not, because I'm going to turn it off. Beautiful. Okay, into the pan, which is lovely and hot, we can now add in our onions. Love. And the most important thing is that you melt these onions down. Fresh garlic. In you go. Lovely. What a smell. As the onions are browning off nicely, just want to put a little pinch of salt. This will help caramelize the onions. In goes our ginger. And our 2 little cardamoms. Beautiful. See, these are melting down just nicely. Most important thing is not to burn your onions, because that would leave a really, really bitter taste. Just do the rice. Nice basmati rice. Takes about 10 minutes to cook. I never cover the pan actually, I just watch it around 10 minutes. And if you see it rise, then you know it's cooked. Then all you've got to do is sieve it out with a colander. Now the spices are actually pretty much the same. Well, they are the same as what we used in the marinade. So we've got our garam masala, just literally covering those onions. Look at that, isn't that lovely? That's nice. A little bit of ground cumin. Notice how carefully I'm measuring everything. A little bit of coriander, a little layer over the top. A bit of turmeric. And then finally, our cayenne pepper. Whoa, that came out a little bit strong. Never mind, it'll all come out in the wash, won't it? So we're just going to stir that up. And now we're cooking those spices into the onions and into the oil. It's a little bit dry. I'm going to put a little bit of oil in just to help that along a little bit. Lovely. And then we put in our sauce, tomato sauce. It's a lovely bit of sauce. Look at that. Beautiful. Now, let's just try a little spoonful to see if it needs any seasoning. Or maybe just a little salt. This butter should go in before the tomato sauce. I was getting so carried away with my spices, so we're just going to put a nice knob of butter in now. Look at that, and just let that, just sit that on the top. Don't be afraid with the butter. Look at that, lovely. Don't stir it in too hard, just let that butter melt in. Just going to have another little taste. I bet that butter's really improved it actually. Oh my God. That is such a delicious sauce. As you can see, that butter has now disappeared. It's just melted in. This is my favourite bit. We've got a lot of butter in there. Now let's have some cream. What's the worst that could possibly happen? Look at that. Yum. Beautiful, thick, double cream. So we're almost ready to blitz this sauce. And before I do it, I'm just going to have another. Oh my gosh. It is really good. Just needs a little bit more lemon. Lemon really does bring a sauce like this to life. That's beautiful. Okay. So all we've got to do is blitz this beautiful sauce. Cool. Then we just need to add our sauce back into the chicken. Now if you wanted to be really chefy, you could make this even finer by putting it all through a sieve. But we're just going to go with it as it is. I'm going to put a little bit more butter in. Because after all, it is called a buttered chicken. Just to finish it off. Coriander. This is frozen. Delightful. That can go back in the freezer. And there you have it. A lovely looking and very tasty butter chicken curry. Right, let's see how the rice is thickened beautifully. It's just now all come to the top. That means it's done. So that is it. A little bit of rice for Maria. She doesn't like too much. A little bit more rice for me. And the curry. Creamy sauce. Ta-da! Butter chicken curry. Beautiful little portions. Chicken straight from Spain. What more could you ask? Apart from a round of applause, please. Oh, did you want a fanfare, did you?
Yes.
Let's have a fanfare.